Hey, what's up? I just wanted to talk about some things going on right now. The debt ceiling is a hot topic, but I think it's causing a distraction. The debt ceiling, if you're seeing that in the headlines, hearing that at the coffee shops and at work, what's going on is that our government, they've only allowed themselves to get so far into debt. You know, they set the limit for how much debt they were going to get into, and they're hitting that ceiling. Probably going to be hit in the next month or two. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to vote. Do they want to extend themselves more debt that they're allowing themselves to get into, or shut down? Is what a lot of people are talking. Look, here's the reality: the mail's coming. Okay, the cops are going to be there. The fire department's going to 911's going to answer. Okay, the government, it's not just going to stop. But what's going on right now is we got hardcore Democrats in office, and we got hardcore Republicans, the GOP, in office, and they're going at it right now. And a lot of people are talking about that stuff and the deficit and the debt ceiling. But if we look at the new rules of money, this crisis that we're in doesn't make a whole lot of sense other than from the perspective of somebody taking more power. So what's going on right now? Let's look at some of the big things going on in the world right now. Everything's going up in price with inflation. Everything. Bread, milk, commodities, oil, real estate, everything. The prices are going up. Real estate in some areas now, like I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, it is still technically falling right now, but it's going to come up very soon just from inflation. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to recover what the housing bubble lost, the equity. Don't get me wrong, I'm not even remotely saying that. But what I am saying is that we're seeing inflation more than anything that's going to bring prices on everything up. Not values, just prices. The dollar's plummeting. Silver's went up $5 just in the last month. It's now over $40. Silver was at $10 a few years ago. This has been around. It's up 400% in a few years on something that's been around since the beginning of time. This is crazy. The dollar's plummeting. Other countries around the world are deciding if they want to get away from the dollar. Because here's the thing, everything's tied to the dollar. So as the dollar falls, that's why people talk about a global recession, a global depression, and what can happen from that. It's because everything's tied to the dollar. The dollar's not tied to anything. The dollar's crashing, and nothing's really getting done about it because we have half Republicans and half Democrats in the system going at each other. The powers that be are loving this right now. Because if they can keep half and half, nothing really ever happens. And I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. Okay? But let's look at the money here. What's going on with our money? And we're losing houses, we're losing jobs, we're sitting around waiting for government handouts instead of out there doing what we love and making our lives better and making the lives of the people better around us. And that's what made America great, is people doing what they love. And people working hard, working together, owning their own businesses, and everybody achieving more. You know, low taxes, everything else like this. We don't need a huge government. We are the government. We the people. Okay, so we need to be that government, and we need to take control of what's going on. Not let the Senate and the House decide everything for us, because they're not going to decide anything. Okay, they're split right now, half Democrats, half Republicans. And let's take back the real value that's being sucked from the middle class right now. We need to get together, and we need to really make this happen. We need to take back our country, because right now we're going generations and generations and generations into debt. That the only way to pay for it is to keep doing what the government's doing right now, printing money that doesn't exist, just printing paper and running that digital number of our debt up. I mean, if you can go to the calculators online and it's in the trillions, and it's just ticking up by the millions. I mean, just constantly, forever, and it's going faster and faster than it was a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. Crazy stuff is happening right now. And if you watch some of my other videos, you'll talk about me, or you'll hear me talk about one world governments, one world currencies, a lot of this crazy stuff. Let's keep all that stuff being conspiracy. But the only way we're going to keep all that stuff being conspiracy is if we pay enough attention to what's going on right now and do something about it.